going to show you how I taught my Mustang to play fetch. Good girl. Want a cookie for that? This is a really easy game for horses that like to use their mouth and pick things up, and horses that like to interact with you. Want to try it again? Fetch. Good girl. Sometimes it's more of a catch than fetch. Catch on my part. This was the very first session introducing Lexi to fetch, and all I was asking for her to do is to touch what I'm throwing down. And I believe right there it was my headband, or it might have been my alpaca mittens, and if she touched it, I would give her a reward. And she picked up on this like immediately because she's naturally just curious. This was the next day. Okay, the very next day, she figured out that I wanted her to hand it to me, and then I would reward her with a treat when she did that. And right there was a stocking. It was around Christmas time. Something I did there was I put a treat in the stocking so that we could make the connection of what I wanted her to do. Because she wanted the treat, she picked it up, and once she did that, as soon as they do what you want them to and give them a treat, they figure out really quickly what you want them to do, and you don't need to put a treat anymore in whatever you're throwing. This has become a really fun game for both of us. Okay, again, this is here only the second day after she was touching what I wanted her to do. So this was the second day in the evening, and she's already picking things up. Those are my alpaca gloves. Lexi loves positive reinforcement, as do I think most people and most animals. So I would just give her all kinds of positive reinforcement, hugs, kisses, treats, and she wanted to do it again and again. Here I was running in my field, and I would just start playing this game whenever she would see me. I wasn't planning on playing it, and there are the dogs and Joey, our goose, also are getting in on the game. The dogs were not playing fetch. You would think a dog would fetch, but I wasn't asking them to fetch. They're just playing. Goliath, there's Goliath, loved to take my mittens from a little puppy on. I only played this game for short amounts of time at a time, or as long as she had an interest in it, because I wanted it to be fun, not something that she had to do for me. There's Daniel, our alpaca. I think she really likes my reactions, so that's why I kind of over-exaggerate sometimes and jump in the air. Here I had to redirect her, and she figured it out. She was like, oh yeah, that's what we're doing. I had to wait for it. You know, and whatever is fun, you can use any words you want. I use get it a lot or fetch, but any words that you want to use, and then just make sure to reward your horse, and they'll pick it up pretty fast, especially if it's a fun game for them. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like to make your own horse treats for games like this, I'll put a link in the description to a recipe that I make that our horses love.